everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be testing out and reviewing the Colourpop Malibu Barbie eyeshadow palette. So I thought it was very apt to try this palette out with the upcoming release of the Barbie movie, and I hope that you enjoy. So first up, this is obviously what the packaging looks like. It has got all of the shade names on the back as well, and these really cute little hearts. Some of the shade names are so cute. You've got Malibu Memories, Best Coast, Cali Girl, Let's Go Party. So definitely full homage to Barbie. The palette and the uni carton are exactly the same, and it is a really weighty palette because it does have in it a mirror, and we have got 15 really gorgeous shades. So I love that they've not just gone like every shade of pink for this palette. I love that the Malibu beach vibes are definitely coming through with these yellows, nudes, golds. Those shimmers look outstanding. I love the different stamps in the shades as well. So first impressions are, this looks like a really fun and gorgeous palette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of the 15 shades swatched, and then I'm going to test out, obviously not all 15 shades, but some of the shades, and create a really fun Malibu Barbie inspired eyeshadow look. So this is the top row of shades. Starting at the top, we've got Cali Girl, which is like a champagne pink shimmer. Underneath is this baby pink metallic-y shimmer, which is shade Vintage Doll. Then this is gorgeous bronze metallic. This one was super buttery and really just amazing to swatch. That's shade Come On. Then we've got this coral matte shade. Actually really nice deep colour in this one. This is Let's Go Party. And lastly is this more kind of pinky brown metallic shade, which is shade Shine On. So very metallic, shimmer heavy on the first row, which I'm definitely not complaining about. They look absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to get the next row swatched. Well, the second row of shades is definitely vastly different from the first row. So starting at the top is this really highly pigmented yellow matte shade. It can actually be quite difficult to get a really pigmented, bright, vibrant yellow, but this one is definitely cutting the mustard, if you pardon the pun. This is shade West Coast. Then there is this hot Barbie pink. What would a Barbie palette be without this sort of pink? Although I do feel like this one's a little bit chalky in the pan, and if any eyeshadow is going to stain your eyelids, it's definitely going to be this one. This shade is Best Coast. Then the only metallic of this row, this really bright pink metallic, has got a little bit of glitter in it actually, which is shade Follow the Sun. Next up is this aquamarine blue matte shade, which is shade Malibu Memories. And last for this row is this quite dark brown matte shade, which is Zuma Beach. Okay, final row of shades. Starting at the top is this sort of tan brown matte shade here. That shade Make Waves. Then we've got this kind of dusty pink matte shade, which is shade Boardwalk. Then there is this really gorgeous blue buttery metallic, which is shade Surf's Up. Feels very appropriate name for this blue shade. Next is another kind of metallic-y bronze shade, which is actually quite similar to the other one that I swatched, but this is shade 1971. And then finishing off the palette with this really vibrant, gorgeous orange matte shade, which is shade SoCal. So I feel like, having swatched the shades, there is a really good actual variety of shades in here. Definitely seeing a few different combinations that are going to look really amazing together, and a really nice mix of mattes and shimmers. I do feel like that pink shade Best Coast, which was this one with a really cute heart, and I feel like that's definitely gonna be one that's going to stain the eyelids. I think for this look I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use the yellow, which was West Coast, the orange, which was SoCal, and the blue, like in a cut crease, which was Surf's Up. I feel like it's not your typical like Barbie eyeshadow look, but definitely inspired by the Malibu Barbie kind of beach theme that's going on with this palette. So I'm very excited to actually get some of these shadows on my eye and see how they apply, see how they blend, see how they look. So let's get on with it. eyeshadow base wise, I'm just using this eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild. This is their Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. Okay, so first up I'm going to go in with the yellow shade, which was West Coast, which swatched really amazingly, especially for a yellow. It looks so bright and pigmented, so I'm really hoping that's going to translate well onto my eye. Got this kind of moderately fluffy brush just to get this on the inside of my eye. A little bit of fallout in the pan, but nothing too wild. It's definitely packed onto the brush really well. And let's see how much fallout I'm going to get when I actually apply this. Okay, so actually very, very little. I would say on the eye it's maybe lost a tiny bit of its vibrancy, but I'm going to see if I can get this kind of built up. I mean, I know I'm going to go in with a cut crease afterwards, so you're not going to see all of this yellow anyway, but I think that's really nice and bright. Definitely very summery, sunshine, beachy shade. So the fallout on my face is actually normal. It was like one speck on my nose, so definitely gets a big tick for that. And it's a very easy shade to build up. I've popped a couple of layers on. I think it's looking great. Obviously interested to see how it's going to blend with the orange, but so far pretty happy with that. I'm going to get my other eye done and then come back and apply the orange shade. How bright and vibrant is that shade? So I'm going to go in next with the orange, which was SoCal. I'm just going to use the same brush, but the other side. I also don't mind if I get these shades mixed up a bit, because hopefully they're going to blend really nicely in the center of my eye. A bit more fallout, I would say, with this one. I don't know if it's because it's got the stamp and it's got like that little groove to sort of collect the powder, but again, it's gone onto my brush really nicely. Again, always concerned you're going to get fallout, especially like really bright shades that are harder to sweep away. But let's get this applied. In fact, I think I can't even see any fallout from that. Might be a couple of bits of eyeshadow dust, but nothing to be concerned about. Blending really easily. Really nice transition from that orange back into that yellow. I don't even know if I'm going to need to get a blending brush out. I like that the orange is a bit more muted compared to the yellows. They're not competing with each other too much. I feel like that's also applied really nicely. I'm going to get the other eye done and then come back and see if I need to just get a little bit more blended with my blending brush. That's both eyes up to the same level. I don't think I even need to get specific blending brush out. It's blended really well just with that brush I was using before. Maybe because it's a little bit fluffy, it's kind of helped bring the shades together, but I'm really loving this sort of sunsetty look that's going on so far. But I am going to go in and do a cut crease so I can use this blue shade here. I thought this would be the most like contrasted with the two shades I've got so far. I thought especially contrasted with the yellow, it's going to look really just vibrant and stand out, and that's definitely what I'm going for. And I feel like it's mixing kind of the beach, the sunset, the ocean all together in this very Malibu Barbie inspired look. So as I said, Beauty Bay Eye Base, base 1. It's a white eye base. I find this is like the best thing for me when I do a cut crease, because it dries down in like the perfect amount of time, and the white as well just makes any like metallic or shimmer just pop even more so. Okay, so just thought I'd go for a half cut there. I'm going to do one eye at a time just so the eye base has still got enough kind of tackiness in it to get the shade down. So I've just got this flat brush here. Probably will end up just kind of going in over with my finger, but I'm going to start off with this brush here, see how well it picks up the shade, serves up. Actually, surprisingly well. It's picked up a lot with just a couple of sweeps. So I'm going to get this on. Wow. Okay, this blue looks even more amazing on my eye than it did in the swatch. And it's also applied amazingly with the brush, which you don't always get with a shimmer. Sometimes you lose like a lot of the actual shadow. But that is absolutely stunning. That is so vibrant. I feel like just like that little hidden bit of blue that you get is just really made the whole top lid pop. So gonna go ahead and get the other eye done and then back to sort out my under eye. Well, there is surfs up on both eyes and I really do not think the camera is doing it justice. It looks so bright and vibrant, and yeah, I think what a cool colour combination. So I'm gonna go ahead and obviously get my under eye done. I'm just going to use the yellow and the orange, so West Coast and SoCal, just exactly the same as I did on my top lid, just with this tiny brush this time. So just going back in with West Coast. I don't have any eyeshadow primer on my lower lid, so actually applying again pretty nicely, to be honest. A little bit more fallout here, but I think it's just where it's catching on my eyelashes, but nothing too major. And then lastly back in with the orange, which was SoCal. Sweep that across my whole lower lash line. Okay, and then there's both eyes done. I think I'm going to leave just all of this shimmer on my top lid rather than bringing any of it onto my lower lid. I think it looks great just as it is. Last up eye wise, I'm just going to pop on some mascara. So I've just got this Colourpop Act Natural mascara, and then for my lips, just to finish the look off, I'm going to be using this Colourpop Luxe lip oil in the shade Rebel Rebel. It's got a really nice little bit of sparkle to it, but I thought it was still quite a neutral shade, so you're not competing with this very vibrant eye look. Well, that is the entire look now completed. There's a little close-up of the eyeshadow. I think it looks so summery, so Malibu, so beachy. I really, really love it. Let me know what you think. I've got quite a lot of different Colourpop eyeshadow palettes, and this one definitely has not disappointed. The mattes were very pigmented. I feel like apart from that pink shade, did feel a little bit chalky in the pan, so I'll be interested to see how that applies onto my eye. Maybe that'll be the one I use next. I'll do a pink look next perhaps. The shimmers were buttery, soft, easy to apply. They looked very vibrant in the swatches. I obviously can't speak for all of them on the eye, but definitely Surf's Up is very vibrant, and even with a brush applied really beautifully, didn't lose any of that sparkle and metallic. There's no pressed glitters in this palette. I know it's like a love-hate with the pressed glitter, so it's just mattes and shimmers, so I do feel like it's got that appeal to everyone. And although there are some really bright vibrant colours, there's also some nice neutral shimmers, neutral matte shades, and if you're feeling not so brave, you could just add a little pop of colour. Or if you're feeling brave like me, or you love bright makeup, then you can just go all out and use all of the bright shades. But overall, I've been really, really impressed. I think the packaging looks super cute, really nice. Love the hearts on the back, and love that the pans of the shades have a few like little different Barbie Malibu themed stamps in them. So let me know if you've tried out this palette and what you thought. If you haven't, let me know what you thought from my impressions, and maybe let me know which colours or type of eyeshadow look I should do next with this palette. Maybe a more neutral gold look, pink, I don't know. Let me know and I'll give it a go. I'll pop it over on my Instagram. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.